This day feels somber, and I know that we are all saddened by the unimaginable devastation that has swept across Los Angeles over the last 7 days. Thousands of families are displaced, their lives turned upside down in an instant. The destruction in the Pacific Palisades is staggering. Entire neighborhoods, our schools, our library, our parks, so many beloved businesses, and countless homes are all just gone. It is really hard to describe the scope and the scale of this loss. A beautiful, thriving, vibrant, engaged community now just completely wiped off our map. Scorched hillsides, charred, smoldering remains of homes, chimneys rising up from the smoldering ash like gravestones, alarms chirping, toxic air, and the emptiness. It feels otherworldly, really, apocalyptic. Our beautiful Pacific Palisades is gone. For the residents, life will never be the same, and it's not the same either for me now or for my staff. My entire district has changed, our priorities, and where I am needed. As you can imagine, my team and I have been overwhelmed with the thousands of constituents who need us during this immediate crisis. Thank you, Council Members Price, Nazarian, Lee, Padilla, and Hernandez, for lending CD11 your human capital. Your teams are on the ground with mine, answering phones, emails, running our donation center, and sometimes just giving hugs, because that's all there is to give. They have been incredible ambassadors, and we literally would not have survived these last few days without their help. Councilmember McCosker and Councilwoman Hutt, thank you for your offers to send staff. We look forward to wrapping your team into ours in the coming days. We know the news cycles will shift. The politicians are going to go back to Sacramento, and we are going to need your help and their help. Even more because it's the rest of us left here to mop up this mess on the ground. Thank you, Council President, Councilmember Lee, Councilwoman Rodriguez, Councilmember Yaroslavsky, Councilmember Price, for visiting my district and bearing witness to what happened. I also want to thank everyone who reached out to offer kind words and support and extra donations and resources that lifted me personally when I needed it the most. Thank you. I know you're going to be here for me and my constituents in the days ahead. I also want to thank my incredible CD11 team. None of us have ever done anything like this before, but the professionalism, the efficiency, and the compassion of their response has been nothing short of extraordinary. On Tuesday, as fires were burning in residential areas, my team was still going door to door, begging people to evacuate. They worked well into the night, helping people out, hosing down roofs, and collecting items left behind to return to their owners. They have been on the ground in the Palisades every day since, putting out small fires with dirt, recovering lost pets, They even found a lost engagement ring and returned it to the owner. They have been staffing evacuation centers, running donation drives, seeking out what needs to be done, and engaging in selfless acts of service without ever being asked. There is no handbook, there is no department, and there is no precedent for what my team did over this last week. And I personally have never been prouder of anything in my life than to be a part of this incredible team. I also want to thank our firefighters, our law enforcement personnel, and our emergency responders who have relentlessly been on the front lines since day one. Their courage and determination has been on full display during unimaginable circumstances. Our firefighters at stations 69 and 23 in the Palisades and at stations 19 and 109s in Brentwood are beloved in our local community, and I know they personally feel this tremendous loss. Supported by our partners from across the state and across the country, they fought valiantly to save Mandeville Canyon. And they are still out there right now trying to get these fires under control. We have a lot to talk about when it comes to our fire department and our critical infrastructure. I won't do that now, but as a city, we owe it to our firefighters and to all Angelenos to fully understand what happened with this fire. We also have to find a way to get our fire department all the resources it needs, not just to manage the day-to-day, but to ensure that they have what they need during a major event like this. I'm introducing motions today that will start those conversations, and I hope you all will join me in the commitment to prioritizing public safety and high-functioning infrastructure in our city. As you can imagine, this has had a traumatic and life-changing impact on countless thousands of lives. I feel the heartbreak in every conversation, and I absorb the pain in every hug I share. As a city, our singular goal must be to ensure that residents have the resources they need to rebuild their lives and come home. I've introduced a package of motions today to establish a recovery plan for Los Angeles that includes everything from missing animals to criminal activity, debris removal and small business assistance, to housing relief and long-term financing for infrastructure and facilities. I also want to thank and acknowledge the cities of Paradise and Santa Rosa, who've been through their own similar tragedies and who worked closely with my policy team to inform some of the motions that we're submitting today. I am also asking that we create an ad hoc committee for LA recovery so that we can bring structured oversight and management to the countless state and federal resources we're going to need and the work across city departments that will be necessary. I know many of you have great ideas, and I know you all want to help. CD11 needs all of you right now, so we appreciate your ongoing support and collaboration as we rebuild our city. And to my friends and my constituents who have lost their homes and their businesses, I want them to know they are going to have a clear voice in our path forward. I am determined to fight for the resources they need and deserve, and I want them to know we are going to rise from this tragedy stronger and more united than ever. Thank you, colleagues.